This is B26 to Downtown Bklyn-Tillary St. This stop is Wyckoff Avenue and Palmetto Street. Next stop, Wyckoff Avenue and Madison Street. This stop is Wyckoff Avenue and Madison Street. Next stop, Wyckoff Avenue and Jefferson Avenue. This stop is Wyckoff Avenue and Jefferson Avenue. Next stop, Wyckoff Avenue and Weirfield Street. Transfer available to the L train. This stop is Wyckoff Avenue and Weirfield Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Irving Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Irving Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Knickerbocker Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Knickerbocker Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Wilson Avenue. Transfer available to B60. This stop is Halsey Street and Wilson Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Central Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Central Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Evergreen Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Evergreen Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Bushwick Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Bushwick Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Broadway. Transfers available to the J train, B7 and Q24. This stop is Halsey Street and Broadway. Next stop, Halsey Street and Saratoga Avenue. Transfer available to B7. This stop is Halsey Street and Saratoga Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Howard Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Howard Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Ralph Avenue. Transfer available to B47. This stop is Halsey Street and Ralph Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Patchen Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Patchen Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Malcolm X Boulevard. Transfers available to B46 and B46 SBS. This stop is Halsey Street and Malcolm X Boulevard. Next stop, Halsey Street and Stuyvesant Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Stuyvesant Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Lewis Avenue. Transfer available to B15. This stop is Halsey Street and Lewis Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Marcus Garvey Boulevard. Transfer available to B15. This stop is Halsey Street and Marcus Garvey Boulevard. Next stop, Halsey Street and Troop Avenue. Transfer available to B43. This stop is Halsey Street and Troop Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Tompkins Avenue. Transfer available to B43. This stop is Halsey Street and Tompkins Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Marcy Avenue. This stop is Halsey Street and Marcy Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Nostrand Avenue. Transfers available to the A and C trains. Long Island Railroad, B25, B44 and B44 SBS. This stop is Halsey Street and Nostrand Avenue. Next stop, Halsey Street and Bedford Avenue. Transfers available to the A and C trains. B25, B44, B44 SBS and B49. This stop is Halsey Street and Bedford Avenue. Next stop, Putnam Avenue and Bedford Avenue. Transfer available to B44. This stop is Putnam Avenue and Bedford Avenue. Next stop, Putnam Avenue and Franklin Avenue. Transfers available to the C and S trains. B48 and B49. This stop is Putnam Avenue and Franklin Avenue. Next stop, Putnam Avenue and Classen Avenue. Transfer available to B48. This stop is Putnam Avenue and Classen Avenue. Next stop, Fulton Street and Grand Avenue. Transfer available to B25. This stop is Fulton Street and Grand Avenue. Next stop, Fulton Street and Washington Avenue. Transfer available to the C train. This stop is Fulton Street and Washington Avenue. Next stop, Fulton Street and Vanderbilt Avenue. Transfer available to B69. This stop is Fulton Street and Vanderbilt Avenue. Next stop, Fulton Street and Adelphi Street. This stop is Fulton Street and Adelphi Street. Next stop, Fulton Street and Green Avenue. Transfers available to the C train and B38. This stop is Fulton Street and Green Avenue. Next stop, Fulton Street and South Elliott Place. Transfers available to the G train, B38 and B38 Limited. This stop is Fulton Street and South Elliott Place. Next stop, Fulton Street and Fort Greene Place. This stop is Fulton Street and Fort Greene Place. Next stop, Fulton Street and Hudson Avenue. Transfers available to the 2, 3, 4, 5, B, Q and R trains. B25, B38, B38 Limited, B41, B45, B52, B67 and B103 Limited. This stop is Fulton Street and Hudson Avenue. Next stop, Fulton Street and Bond Street. Transfers available to B38 and B38 Limited. This stop is Fulton Street and Bond Street. Next stop, Fulton Street and Duffield Street. Transfers available to the 2, 3, A, C and G trains. B25, B38, B38 Limited, B41, B41 Limited, B45, B52, B67 and B103 Limited. This stop is Fulton Street and Duffield Street. Next stop, Fulton Street and J Street. Transfers available to the A, C, F and R trains. B25, B26, B38, B38 Limited, B52, B54, B57, B61, B62, B65 and B67. This stop is Fulton Street and J Street. Next stop, Jeralaman Street and Court Street. Transfers available to the 2, 3, 4, 5 and R trains. B25, B26, B38, B38 Limited, B41, B41 Limited, B45, B52 and B103 Limited. This stop is Jeralaman Street and Court Street. Next stop, Cadman Plaza West and Tillary Street. Transfers available to B25, B38, B38 Limited, B41, B41 Limited, B52 and B103 Limited. This stop is Cadman Plaza West and Tillary Street. This is B26 to Downtown Bklyn-Tillary St.